I have a secret ingredient for this pretty watercolor texture, and in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how I do it. First of all, you should know that I'm using Daniel Smith watercolor paint, Canson XL 140-pound watercolor paper, and a number 2 round brush. If you want to download the mandala pattern I'm using here, you can get it for free plus 25 more. Just check the description of the first comment to see where to get it. And here's the secret. First, I paint the shape with watercolor paint and make sure it's damp but not wet or pooling. Then I rinse my brush in clean water and remove any big droplets from the brush. Then I simply lightly tap the wet paper with the brush. That's it. The teeniest bit of water from the brush that is just barely tapped on the page. The watercolor paint granulates beautifully and creates the prettiest watercolor crystals. It's a really interesting organic watercolor texture, and I hope you try it. You'll have to let me know how it goes. If you like my art videos, be sure to like and follow my channel for more. If you struggle to replicate this technique, there are a couple things that you might be doing wrong. One is, it really does matter what kind of paper you use. You want to use a watercolor paper and not just a multi-purpose paper, and certainly not like printer paper or something like that. That just won't work. I found that I'm able to do this technique with really cheap paint or high-end artist grade paint. It works for almost all kinds of watercolor paint that I've tried. But one thing that can happen is either you're using too much water and it kind of pools and then it just creates a big mess, or it dries too quickly before you can drop in the water to create the crystals. Have fun and let me know how it goes.